So here I've got my primary color pencils, red, yellow and blue. You can start with any of the colors. I would recommend either the red or the blue. The yellow can be a bit pale, so it might be difficult to see the scales on there. We're going to start by giving even light pressure in the first square. So you just go across the square and light pressure. So here, the aim of that square is to try to get a nice even pressure all the way out and a light pressure too. The next square, we're going to do the same exercise but with heavy pressure. So same, we want the pressure to be uniform all the way out, so we've got a nice uniform tone. Like here it's a bit lighter, so I'm going over that area to get it darker. So we've got a nice heavy tone here. The third one, we're going to do a gradient. So it's gradient, it's when you go from light to dark or dark to light. Here we're going to go from dark to light. So you start by pressing hard on your pen and then get your pencil pressure lighter and lighter. If you think your gradient is going a bit too quickly, with medium pencil pressure, you can go back over and adjust the speed at which it's going lighter or darker. Okay, on that third one here, we're going to do hatching. Hatching, just a series of lines, all going the same way. So I'm going hatching in pencil. You can see here my pencil has gone a little bit blunt, so I'm going to resharpen it. It's important to keep a sharp pencil at all time, and that's going to help you have the best quality colouring possible. So you might want to go over some of the areas you've got hatching. On this square here, we're going to do cross hatching. So we start the same way that we did on the other one, and then we cross hatch where we go the other way and cross over. So we've got a different effect on here. On here, we're going to try to layer pencil. So I'm going to start with my layer of blue. I'm just only colouring it halfway. Really, we're somewhere in between light pressure and heavy pressure on here. So I just want a medium pressure on there. Then taking my other two pencils, I'm going to layer the red over. Same, getting a medium pressure, and you can see the effect we've got when the pencils cross over one another. And then the yellow on there. So here we get a greeny colour when we mix the two primary together, and a purpley colour here when we mix the blue and red together. On those last squares, we're gonna experiment with gradients. So we've got gradients on all three of those. A different type of gradient where we're blending two colors together. So I'm going to start with the blue. So I want to start dark, medium and very light. I'm stopping a little bit before the end so I can come the other way with the other color. So here with the red, I'm starting dark, I'm turning into medium and lighter as we go along. So if you want to adjust your gradient, you can come back over the blue again, you want a little bit more blue on here and a little bit more red on there. So we've got that gradient going from one color to the other. Here we're going to experiment with a different gradient and do red and yellow on there. So I'm going to start with the red. Nice hard pressure, controlling the pencil pressure to go lighter and lighter until we're almost nothing at the end. Then I come over my yellow pencil, hard pencil pressure, and lighter as you go over. So you can see this one, we've got harder pencil pressure and the blending effect is a little bit more pronounced than on the other one. So I might want to go back over, blend with a bit of yellow over the top, And I'm actually go back on this one to get stronger colors on this one too. So with my overlay color, I've got to get harder pressure, pencil pressure for a bit longer on there. Okay, so the gradient is more pronounced and we've got a more pronounced tone on there. On here, I'm going to try to go from blue to yellow to red to blue. So we're going to go through different gradients. So blue, and getting lighter using the pencil pressure, and I'm going to start here, yellow, the hard pencil pressure, that's easing off, and then we're fading out in a lighter gradient on this way. Okay, so now we're going on the red. So we're starting the hard pencil pressure, going somewhere over the yellow, and then easing off as we get nearer here. So here I'm going to just put a little bit more yellow on top to accentuate this gradient and blend it a little bit more. And we go back and we fade again, going medium, and lighter, and then we're going to go over the blue, and overlap the two. So we've got that gradient effect, and you can see in the middle I'm layering my two pencils to get that middle gradient a little bit stronger. Here I've got a little bit of room left, so I'm going to practice again, going from dark to medium to light, and then I'm going to come with the yellow and just repeat the first part of the gradient, and then fade the yellow out, and maybe come back with the red, and fade the red out. Okay, so you can go back over the top and layer your pencil again where you want to adjust your gradient and blend it a little bit more. So here we've practiced different pencil techniques that are going to play on a pencil control and just help you develop your techniques, and when you start drawing and coloring in pencils, you should be much better as well. We've also seen how to blend colors, how if we blend or layer the yellow and the red, we get an orange, the blue and the red, we get a purpley, dark purple color. And finally, if we layer the yellow and the blue on here, we get a greeny color somewhere in between. So you can either just simply layer the color or use your gradients to go from one color to the other.